Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome back to yet another block of videos. Yeah. So, tonight I'm going to give you three videos. The first video that I do want to film is going to finally be my review on Smile 2. I saw this a week ago tonight. So that tells you how far I am behind on videos. But I digress. So this is the direct follow-up to 2022's most surprising horror film for me, Smile. And the original was a very cool concept, and this one feels bigger. So Smile 2 is about this popular pop star by the name of Sky Riley, and she's starting to get back on the tour after like a tragic accident that happened to her about like a couple years ago or something. And her boyfriend or whatever was acting all strange and stuff, and she intentionally killed him very brutally. So the movie starts off with kind of like a 10-minute epilogue after the events of Smile. And it's not really a spoiler because it's pretty much given away in the trailers. But let's just say Kyle Gallner makes an appearance. And the way he goes out is extremely brutal. This is a very gnarly film with extreme body horror. You'll definitely see that at the very end of this film when you do watch it. But after the events of the first Smile, it directly moves into our main story. So Sky Riley is on top of the world, and she wants to better herself with a brand new tour. So she is in like a lot of pain. So she went to like one of her friends from high school, and he ended up being like a drug dealer. So she goes to his apartment one night, and everything seems normal at first until he starts acting very strange. So the dude's already like coked up, and she thinks that it's the drugs effect that's making him act so weird. Well, turns out the entity takes over this guy. And you saw it in the trailer where he just like smiles, and then he rams his face in with like a weight. 3 times, he's dead. And that is a very gnarly way to go. And it's so unsettling. And that's what sets off the whole curse for Sky. The rest of the movie is her descent into madness, where she just starts seeing everybody that she's very close to smiling at her. It's a very unsettling film, and the last, I want to say 45 minutes really keeps you guessing. Is she going to avoid this curse or become one of the victims? And this ending was extremely depressing and bleak and brutal as well. But more on that. I tell you what, there was a very good, effective jump scare that happens halfway through this film, and it's when she's in her apartment and she just walks into like the other room for like a minute. All of a sudden, she starts seeing a group of people just smiling at her, and then they just like contort in weird ways through like a hallway. That scene was probably the creepiest part in this movie. But it's a very unsettling movie, and I really like the concept. But when the first one came out, I was afraid that it was going to be like Blumhouse's Truth or Dare, if like the CGI smiles. It turns out all of these smiles are practical and real. So they just had to like find actors and actresses who can like smile very big, like kind of like that. But a tidbit in here is that Ray Nicholson is Jack Nicholson's son in here, and he's got a very small part, but it's a very prominent scene in the trailer where she's at like this fundraiser or something, and he just like keeps coming at her. Now what I'm thinking, he was her boyfriend who died. That's the only thing that makes sense, because he was featured heavily in the promos. But I will say this, I kind of do think this is a superior film compared to like the first one. It's a lot creepier, and the story was a little bit more cohesive. The last 5 minutes are bonkers, because you finally see what this thing is, and it is unsettling as hell. So essentially, it's like a parasite that takes over the person that it's cursing. And this thing just like rips off the duplicate Sky Riley, where her body is essentially like this, and the thing just comes out like that and just opens her mouth. I'm like, holy frick. And then the duplicate just smiles at her, and then she starts to smile, stabs her eye out with a microphone. And then all of her concert attendees saw this, and it definitely feels like an open ending to this movie, which I can see this being a very interesting way to do a Smile 3. Because you would see all of these people get cursed, and it would be a very, very wild conclusion. But overall, I really did enjoy this movie. I do think both of these movies are going to be modern classics, and I definitely do want to see this one again and again. So my grade for Smile 2, and I gave the original Smile an A. I feel confident on giving this one an A as well. Very effective movie and very creepy. So, I guess it did put a smile on my face. And those are my thoughts for Smile 2. The next video I want to get out is going to be my quick review on Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, which was a very big surprise for me to actually see. But I'll go ahead and film that right about in a couple minutes. But that will be it for this video. Adios. Peace.